Well, folks, here again for the weekly forecast, and that upper level storm system over the Intermountain region finally made its way east of us as we got into the Tuesday time frame, and we finally started to see some thunderstorm activity invade southeast and south central Nebraska. The majority of the precipitation with this complex over the 3-day period, basically Saturday through Monday, hit most of southwest and the Panhandle, and then kind of moved across the remainder of the state on Tuesday and then through Wednesday, and we did see some accumulating rainfall, some welcome rainfall, but we do have some drought problems. And before we get to the main forecast, I want to show you where those drought problems exist in the United States. So let's get right to the drought monitor map, and as we go to that map, you'll notice that we're starting to see some of that encroachment of D1 moderate conditions into southeast Nebraska. This has been pushing northward over the last couple of months, and because the crop is farther behind than we typically would expect at this time of the year, the water use hasn't been that great, so that's what's keeping this at bay. We need to see some precip. We need to see it fast in the southern part of the state, or we're going to see a rapid expansion of this area as we go forward in time. So as we look at the models for today, we do have that trough that has been moving through the state over the overnight hours. It's starting to push east of the state. There is going to be some lingering thunderstorm activity here in eastern Nebraska, and then it'll clear out as we get into the afternoon hours. So here's your surface low pressure system associated with the wave that moved through over the last 24 hours, now over north central portions of Illinois. And here's the expected precipitation remainder for the day, but most of this is already moving to the east of the state. We get into tomorrow, that upper ever low is over the Great Lakes region. We are going to be in place high pressure system throughout the northern and central plains, cool Canadian high pressure, so we're going to get a little bit of break from the heat. We do not expect to see anything in the way of precipitation, as that all is going to be confined to the Great Lakes and the eastern Corn Belt. And as we get into Monday, we start to see this low move toward the northeast. High pressure sets up over the southern plains, and we have high pressure at the surface extending from North Dakota all the way down to the central plains. And so we don't expect a lot of precipitation, although there is some indications of some isolated thunderstorm activity over the Texas Panhandle. And then on Tuesday, we start to see this ridge massively build toward the north, and we see a big return of heat. Now, a couple surface lows on the front range of the Rocky Mountains are shown by the maps, but I don't expect we're going to see much moisture feed. Most of it will be associated with a low down in Texas, and this even looks to be a little bit overdone in terms of precipitation. Time we get to Wednesday, the ridge is still in place. Nebraska's on the northern periphery of that ridge, so with a low pressure system indicated to maybe developing in southwestern Kansas, we may see some scattered thunderstorm activity just to the north of Nebraska. A little bit farther to the south, and this will sag down more closer to the Nebraska border. And as we get into Thursday, that high pressure system expands all the way into the central and eastern Corn Belt. We do once again show surface lows developing in the high plains region, but the moisture feed is going to be limited, and most of the interaction will be right where the surface front itself in the upper atmosphere is dropping down. So that looks to be across the Dakotas. As we go into Friday, we start to see a tempering of that high pressure ridge back toward the southwest. Low pressure system still indicated over the Texas Panhandle and over Wisconsin at the surface. That means that most of the precipitation will be along this front, but the most concentrated area right now is being proven to be over the northern Great Lakes region. So if we go a little bit farther out in time, it looks like hot temperatures will continue across the western two-thirds of the United States, and in terms of precipitation, more dry weather in store for the Central Plains.